Before we get started, I'd like to go over my rules. No Emu, no Man Marked by Flames, only 2 Holy Knights, which means I can't sneak Summers onto my list, and only 1 member of the Gorosei. Yes, he who shall not be named is included in this category. Additionally to my top 30, I have 3 different honorable mention brackets that I will be going over periodically. Starting with my agenda picks, Apu, Helmeppo, Buggy, Vista, and Moria. I tried to get them onto my actual top 30, but there was no way they can actually make it on there. So I'll just like to shout them out. Alright, on to the actual list. Let's get to it. Starting from 30. Crocodile, Kobe, Gunko, Law, and Kid. Crocodile. He finally made it back to the big leagues, but we still haven't seen him in action yet. It could be even higher than this than where he's at right now. Kobe. He had a shaky performance on Hachinosu, but to give him some credit, to be able to pull off a move like Honesty Impact after being imprisoned for weeks, the future looks bright for him. But he'll need to step it up in Gar's place if he wants to catch up to Luffy in the future. Now Gunko, she beat up a restrained Loki and fought half of the Straw Hat Pirates. She uses her arrow fruit very creatively, and every single last one of her fights has been interesting so far. Still, I like to see her go up against more high tier fighters before I rank her any higher. Now on to Law. Hey man, I don't even know what to say here. His performance against Blackbeard was great for what it was, but he never really does that well in one-on-one fights. Even I feel like he should be a little bit fire, and I'm the one who made the list, but looking at the people I have above him, it will make sense for why he's this slow. Now Kid. You may be wondering why I have Law over Kid even though he had a better performance against a Yonko. The answer is, Kid's style of fighting is better suited for one-on-one fights. He was able to fight head-on against Big Mom and even overpower her on occasions. Hell, I can even argue that Kid would have done better against Blackbeard than Law if they would have switched opponents, but that's a topic for another time. Alright, continuing on for 25, Shiryu, Yamato, Sanji, Lucky Roo, and Sabo. Shiryu. A lot of YouTubers I watch never really have Shiryu that high at all. He tends to get overshadowed by Blackbeard and Kuzan, which is fair, but you have to think about it like this. Depending on if Zoro fights him before or after Mihawk matters, because then you will have to have something in his arsenal to match him. There's even a possibility he might give his sword a devil fruit, or if he already have fed it one. He could be even higher than this, we just haven't seen him enough. Get it? Because he has the Yamato. My feelings about Yamato aside, they were able to match Hybrid Kaido for a while and even start on that ball. Whenever we see them again in the main story, I reckon they could be at that top tier level. Sanji. If her Jambi attacks plus Conqueror's Haki coming soon, but outside of that, Sanji performed really well on Egghead. He was able to blitz North Juro and destroy Kizuru's later attack. He also tanked an attack from a Fishman Leonarian to the face with no Haki. Toei Animations is not a reliable source, and what even is a night diff anyways. Lucky Roo. We still haven't seen that much of him, but he's portrayed to be the 3rd strongest member of the Redhead Pirates. He's the first person we see kill someone in the series, and it was said to be able to shoot faster than his own shadow. Once again, he could be higher than this, but we haven't seen him in action. Sabo, the Flame Emperor, Dragon's right-hand man. He would be higher if he literally did anything on the Holy Land. Before we continue, I'd like to take time to shout out my actual honorable mentions. People who could have reasonably made the list but just didn't make the cut. Robert Gucci. Look, he would have made the cut if I literally just didn't remember Sabo last minute. Jesus.
Mojo.
Sure, he got beat up by Sabo, but do people not realize the potential of the strength fruit? Come on, man. He got that in the, he was throwing mountains. Katakuri, it's 2025, man. Yes, he could have made the list, but we just don't know that much about him. He's the only top tier that we see fight with a sniper rifle. I mean, color of armament bullets could go great. Killer. Alright, dog. Jinbei, look. If Unk does anything besides move boxes, I'll put him at 28 next year. Alright, moving on, starting from 20. Sengoku, Zoro, Boa, and our Gorosei representative. You ready for this? Workery. Look, it's all gonna make sense. and Green Bull. Now, Sengoku. Garp can only carry you but so far. I had a lot of stocks invested in him, and he still hasn't done anything of note. He couldn't even beat pre-time skip Luffy, or even beat Shiki by himself. At 19, Zoro, he had a great performance on Egghead. He didn't beat Kaku, but he mid-diff Lucci. He defeated S-Hawk and even knocked back Nurse Juro. He has to master his Conqueror's Haki a little before I have him in the top 15. Boa. After seeing how Shaki gets down, Boa is way stronger than what most people initially thought. She leaves an island full of Haki users, has all 3 categories of Haki, and a busted Devil Fruit on top of that. Depending on the matchup, she could definitely beat some top tier fighters for sure, like Blackbeard. He would have got her. Well, she would have got him if he didn't catch him off guard. For our Gorosei representative, Workery. Don't ask where he is. I'm not putting that bum on my list. This goes for every single last Gorosei member. Their performance so far did not live up to our expectations, which is crazy, since before Egghead we literally had no expectations for these guys as combatants. They're supposed to be Imu's last line of defense, his personal bodyguards, and they can't even do their job well without relying on their immortality. My only hope is, I hope they step their game up once they face a person that can actually hurt them. Shout out to Workery though, he might actually be him. And at 16, Green Bull, the only time we could have seen the Admiral go all out with no excuses, and Oda ruins it to promote Film Red. Alright man. 15 to 10, Gabon. For years people doubted his relevance in the story, only for him to terrify Luffy and Zoro, easily beat up a veteran Holy Knight, and tell Yonko's right hand man that he ain't using his Conqueror's Haki right. He's that guy. At 14, really? He clashed with Kizaru and even made Blackbeard run, even though he had the clear advantage. These old guys, man. At 13, Fujitora. For some people, it might seem crazy having him over the 2 legends that I previously listed, but no one has ever made him go all out in the story, and a top tier swordsman with that strong of a Devil Fruit has to be respected. He would be even higher if he had Conqueror's Haki. Well, I guess that goes for everybody who doesn't have Conqueror's Haki, but you get what I'm saying. At 12, Kizaru. It's really not fair to use his performance on Egghead since he wasn't going all out. But then again, it can't be argued that Luffy wasn't giving it his all either. But even still, he could have killed Luffy when he ran out of stamina. Never forget that. At 11, I got Garp, bro. Big Garp. He ran the gauntlet on Hachinosu, sent Sanjon Wolf flying, slammed Shiryu on his neck, and concussed Kizaru twice. And he even went even with a former admiral, all while being quote-unquote slow and old. I will never understand people who didn't believe he didn't have Conqueror's Haki. Before I go over who's in the top 10, I would like to talk about my final special honorable mentions. The potential men and women category. People who we haven't seen in the story for a while that could have made the top 10 list, or even the list in general, or could possibly make the top 30 in the future. Smoker. It's been too long since we last saw him, man. I kind of miss him. And no, he's clearly going to come back at some point in the story. It's only a matter of time. Karu, Morley, Bella Belly, and that squirrel guy. They are Dragon's top tier officers, and 2 of them was even able to stall an admiral on their own. That's kind of impressive. Urouge, the only supernova we haven't seen in action yet. I think Oda might be saving him until Enel returns. In all honesty, I wouldn't be surprised if he's stronger than Kid at Law at this point. X Drake. He has been portrayed as a leader of Sword. He has a cool design and a great Devil Fruit. I just wish he wasn't so boring. Bonnie. Color of Armament user, mastered her Devil Fruit and earned a bounty over 100 million pre-time skip, and even made it to the New World all at 12 years old with a bunch of fishermen. If she joins the crew as a cabin girl and trains under Luffy, she could make this list easy next year. Last but not least, Jack. Look. His time is coming soon, trust, but shout out to the man with voice. We're gonna come back to him later. Well, not in this video, but another video in the future. Finally, on to the top 10. Everybody in this category is going extreme diff or high diff with each other, okay? At number 10, Benn Beckman. Databooks is carrying this man like crazy. I'm not gonna hold you. But Since Shanks' crew was said to be the most relative with each other, and as the vice captain of the red-haired pirates, he kinda has to beat this up, alright? At number 9, Luffy. In truth, he could easily be in the top 5 or even top 15. The only thing truly holding him back is his stamina. He can't keep getting bailed out by random snack breaks or even like some other character fighting for him. He gotta be able to fight on his own for a little while. At number 8, I have Shamrock. The reason why he's this high is only because he's Shanks' brother. And the reason why he's this low is because he's a celestial dragon. As we've seen with the Holy Knights and Gorosei, they are too egotistical to fight like their lives is on the line, and haven't really been in the field like that. But he was stated to have the same level of potential as Shanks back when he was on the Holy Land, so they might still be equal now, I don't know. But this is just a good spot to have him for now. At number 17, I have Kuzan. He fought another admiral for 10 days straight and permanently changed the climate of an island. He was also trained by Garbs and shown to kind of have the same punching streak. Well, it's kind of implied, but you know. Additionally, he also fought Garp and is the one who defeated him. I think people forget that he's the one who defeated Garp. Sure, you can say they jumped him, but when Luffy and Blackbeard does it, they get praised for it. So why can't the former admiral get some respect? At number 6, I have Loki. Legendary Devil Fruit, all 3 forms of Haki, has a weapon with a legendary Devil Fruit. A giant, he fought somebody on the same level as Prime Rocks while he was amped by Emu, and was allegedly defeated by Red Hair Shanks, but at this point, that may or may not be the case. He's him. Speaking of Red, at number 5, I have Shanks. Quote unquote God King, quote unquote stronger than Roger, quote unquote Joy Boy level Haki, quote unquote child of destiny, and he is allegedly the Loki. Shanks' resume is impressive. He one-shotted Kid and ended the war just by showing up. He's said to have the most balanced crew in the world and is a rival to the world's strongest swordsman. Never beat him though. not that we know of. I'm just messing with you, Shanks fans. I'm not. At my 4, Marshall D. He has 2 of the strongest Devil Fruits in the world, possibly a 3rd, and has a crew full of the worst pirates in history. Son of the man who was erased by history and scared Mr. God King, Mr. Stronger Than Roger, Mr. Joy Boy level Haki while he was on guard. He won a war with Marco during the time skip and defeated a great pirate alongside Kobe and Law. He's only going up from here. At number 3, I have Mihawk, the world's strongest swordsman, the only man besides Ryuma that we know forged a black blade. What does that mean? I don't even know. But Shanks couldn't do it, Garling couldn't do it, Roger couldn't do it, and Noshijiro is like 700 years old and he couldn't even do it. I hate him more than Shanks, but his reputation speaks for himself. At number 2, I got Dragon, the world's most wanted man, the man who's going directly against the world itself. The son of the legendary hero of the Marines and the son of the hero of the Marines and the father of the Emperor of the Sea. But we still haven't seen him in action. It's not unreasonable to have him this high on the list based off what we do know about him, even though his only feat is defeating pre-time skip Smoker. At number 1, you haven't seen him on the list already, so guess what this means, alright? He has the highest known bounty currently alive. Roger and Whitebeard don't count, right? They're dead. His military strategies led to the Marines winning the war, rage baiting both Squad and Ace. He drafted 2 admiral caliber people in his first 2 years in office, could not be permanently put down by the world's strongest man in Marineford. Don't let anybody tell you, right? They got that man getting beat up by Whitebeard. They didn't even show him punching off the side of his head. They erased that from history. This is what I mean by Toei animation propaganda. He also made Blackbeard and his crew flee upon seeing him. He defeated an admiral that was directly trained by Garp. They were said to have like the same striking strength, right? We see him training with the battleship bats and he's able to match the striking output of Garp. He has the most lethal Devil Fruit in the world and can find the One Piece in a year. The cherished one, the Red Dog, Sakazuki. With a resume like that, who can doubt a kind? By the way, for you people saying he doesn't have Conqueror's Haki, just look at Garb and Sengoku. And for you people that's saying he's a Sabo victim, get that man past Black Horse first. Alright, see ya.